So that time has come again. I'm feeling the low level burnout. I'm feeling the cabin fever. I actually have not had really any sort of a break since April. And when I was in New South Wales, I was filming anyway. It's time to get out. I'll chat about where I'm going, why, and what I'm packing later in this video. But I do also want to answer a question from Sarah. You know I love chatting with you, so please drop any questions that you have down below. And also I am planning a Q&A. Oh, come on. I set this whole shut up for you. And I will actually make a whole Patreon video, which will be a Q&A video soon. So Sarah asked to do a video about the things that have remained constant in my journey of the many years that I've been making content here since 2016. So a lot has changed. A lot of the stuff that has changed has been the material. I haven't really been holding on to material things between when I started making content and now. There have been lots of changes when it comes to that, lots of moves. There are some constants though. My wardrobe values have basically stayed the same. Now I know the actual things in my wardrobe have changed over the years quite a lot, but the actual concept of what I want my wardrobe to be like has not changed. I care about having a small wardrobe with a succinct theme made up of high quality items, and I value outfit repeating, or rather I don't care about outfit repeating. I like outfit repeating. My values when it comes to what I do for a living have not changed. I've wanted to make a living from my creativity, and I also value having a sense of freedom through my work, so I can, I can control when I do things and how I do things. I've always found travel inspiring, and I continue to find travel inspiring. I often find that a lot of the changes that I make to my identity, to my mind, occur while I'm traveling. I guess travel is a really great energetic tool for me. Gary, obviously, he's been around since the beginning. Gary recently celebrated 8 years in my presence, so I adopted him 8 years ago now. Finally, a sense of community where I live. Everywhere I go, I try to create a sense of community. I try to surround myself with people who have similar values. Do you not like that? Oh, okay. And yeah, that stays the same. I think it's time for a walk.
And I mean, they have got on for a time today.
I really do need to switch off. Part of it is that I just haven't had a break this year yet. But another part of it is the lines between work and my life become very blurred, because obviously you are here living my life with me. You know, I'm sharing elements of my life with you when I make these videos. So it does get really difficult to kind of separate work from life. So that's a big factor in having to just take regular breaks and just be me without contemplating, you know, how I can fit that into content. Oh, I should capture these beautiful roses just because they're beautiful and aesthetically pleasing. None of that happens when I go away to Denmark, at least. I just say, nope, I'm not even going to bring my camera this time around, the camera that I'm filming on. I mean, I'm going to bring my phone, but no laptop, no camera. I think if you are a working creative, or if you aspire to be a working creative, you've got to acknowledge at some point within yourself that being a creative doesn't work with a 9-to-5 world. It just doesn't. Creativity requires rest. It requires quiet. Also requires new stimuli. If you're doing the same thing over and over every single day, you are going to get burnt out because your brain isn't feeling inspired and you're forcing the whole thing. To be inspired, to create, you need to first have quiet, you need boredom, you need space. And one of you was kind of surprised, actually, in the comments of a recent video that I had felt like I wasn't making videos that I wanted to for a period of time there. There was a time where I realized that the videos that got the most traffic were videos that contained the keyword minimalism. I didn't want to make minimalist content all the time. And it's not that those videos weren't authentic. It's just that I was taking one part of myself and amplifying it week in, week out, and finding new ways to amplify it. It's not necessarily that I didn't believe that stuff or that it wasn't aligned with me, just more so that constantly rehashed that same small part of myself, which got really exhausting. And now a word from today's video sponsor, Squarespace, my favorite all-inclusive platform for building a web space of your own. Whether it be a creative project, a new career path, you can use Squarespace to engage with your audience, showcase your content, and sell just about anything. Squarespace has some really exciting new features such as Design Intelligence. Design Intelligence can help you build a more beautiful, more personalized website. You can now also enable Squarespace payments to manage all of your payments in one place. You can get started in just a few clicks, and Squarespace also does give you the option to use popular payment methods such as Klarna, Apple Pay, Afterpay, and ClearPay. If you are looking to express yourself or change your direction in life, look no further than Squarespace. Squarespace is an excellent place to create the web space that you need, that functions for your specific niche, that can help you make your dream a reality. And no, you do not need to know any programming languages to make this happen. The Squarespace interface is extremely easy to use and it's very, very logical. If you would like to take advantage of 10% off your first purchase of a domain or website, please go to www.squarespace.com, start your free trial. When you're ready to launch, use this here link. A massive thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. So my friend, I am heading to Denmark. Denmark is my favorite place to escape to because it's close enough that I can drive there in 5 to 6 hours depending on what's going on the roads. It's far enough where it has a completely different, well, not a completely different climate, but it has a slightly different climate to what's happening here in Perth. Denmark is very much affected by the southern currents, southern winds, because it is on the south side of Australia, whereas we're more susceptible to what's happening from the west here. It's definitely generally a lot cooler, but also randomly the other day it was 30 degrees there while it was, low 20s here. It's far enough that it feels like you're in a different place. There is so much to do down there for a person who enjoys the outdoors. There are 2 different mountain ranges, Horongarups and the Stirling Ranges. There's another national park called Torndarup, and Torndarup has one of my favourite walks, Bald Head. I love going to the town of Albany, which is an old historic town. And on top of all that, it is, like a lot of Western Australia, quite isolated. It's quiet. There are very rarely crowds down there. And Denmark is a tiny little village, really. The other factor is I stay somewhere that I've stayed before, so I already know what the place is like. I get a pretty good rate there. I know I can bring Gary, basically my second home at this point. And I've had many adventures there. I've posted videos here on this channel about some of my adventures in the Great Southern, and I've also posted lots of videos about the area in my Patreon community, like vlogs, adventures, all sorts of things. I went there in 2022 for a month, and my whole point in going there for a month was to really switch off, was to really reconsider everything, my whole way of seeing the world and my work, and I wasn't allowed to work the whole month I was there. Being there in Denmark for that month in 2022 really was a transformative experience, and I do feel like I am still a different person now because of that experience there. So I guess that's the other factor. There's a lot of excitement associated with going overseas, going to Greece, going to Japan, these places that I love, that I would really love to travel to this year, but I am not. When I go to those places, it's more like an exploration and adventure, whereas there's an element of that in Denmark, but most of the time it's just also really easy to switch off. And I have this amazing window in the living area of that house that has a view of Wilson Inlet. And sometimes I just sit and watch the stars at night, and it truly is a magical experience, unlike anything that I experience in the city or really anywhere else in the world that I've traveled to. The creative mind needs to rest. The creative mind also needs new input. You need to go traveling somewhere. You need to see some new things. You need to taste some new flavors. You need to be able to have new input, and that's what ends up becoming the work that's most inspiring. If I don't feel inspired, if I feel burnt out, if I feel exhausted, if I feel like I'm repeating myself too much, if I don't feel I have some new experience to share, then what's the point really? I mean, I may as well just go back to a 9 to 5. Okay, so this is what I'm bringing. I am packing really light, and you can see there's definitely a color theme, as with all my wardrobe, and it is all gonna go in my little Le Pliage. Every time I go down south, I bring food with me, so there'll definitely be other things I'll be bringing. And because of that, I want to keep the clothing light. I want that to be a very light bag because I actually do end up bringing quite a lot of stuff with me when I drive down south. So let's start with the shoes. There ain't going to be no influencing while I'm down south. I am simply bringing practical things. There will be no dressing up. I'm keeping things really simple and easy, so I'm just going to bring 2 pairs of shoes, my well-worn Bloodstones, and slides from Vivaya. The reason I bring the slides is mostly because I can wear them as slippers and they're an additional option for shoes if I need them, but mostly it's because I like having slippers in the house. Okay, let's start over this side. We've got a big practical puffy jacket. We've also got a rain jacket that's grey. And that's for hiking. A hat, obviously, for practical Western Australian reasons. And also a little backpack for hiking. I do intend to go hiking, and what I probably will do is I will give you a little snippet of my adventures later in this video. This little white bag just represents underwear and toiletries. That's just so I remember to pack that stuff, and obviously remember to tell you that I'm doing that. Let's start with the really practical stuff, pajamas. So I've got this grey set that I've already worn a bunch of times, so I'm not going to show you in detail, from Organic Basics. It's just grey leggings and a grey cami, and I've also got a wool grey knit. It does get quite cold there at night. And I also have another knit. Can you guess what that might possibly be? Yes, my friend, it is a black turtleneck. And let's stay with the other tops. I was thrilled to receive a new delivery of gifts from Organic Basics right in time for this trip. I knew there were some things that I was gonna want to bring with me. I don't know why I'm fixing that up, but I just did. So I'm very happy to have received some stuff. The white t-shirt you've already seen. It's just a long white t-shirt. The forecast is mostly for cool, moderate weather, like low 20s Celsius, but there is forecast for one day that's going to be maybe like about 30 degrees Celsius. So yeah, I do want that t-shirt for that day. Here I've got this lilac top, which is part of a set. I'll show you the whole set in the B-roll. It's just a cotton top. So cute. I'm either going to use it for lounging around or as a layer for underneath something, or just whatever, just as a top. And I've got gorgeous little, whoop, that's backwards. We've got a little black turtleneck from Organic Basics and a cream turtleneck from Organic Basics. Due to some scheduling issues, I'm actually posting a video that I've already filmed next week. I do in that video go through all my turtlenecks, and it doesn't include these two turtlenecks because I just received them. So whatever number of turtlenecks you will see in that next video, know that I have an extra two. These are brand new, they're cotton, they're ribbed. They're very comfortable. This ribbing definitely sized down because it's got an extreme stretch to it. I went with the extra small for the tops because I'm quite small up top. They're probably supposed to be cropped, these little turtlenecks, but I have a short upper body. So if you have a normal length upper body, I'm 5'4" for reference, or 163 centimeters, then probably these tops will be a little bit more cropped on you. And I do also have, and I guess this is a top, it's my fitness bra, and it's sitting here because my fitness leggings are there. Obviously that's a necessity if you're going to be walking and hiking and whatnot. And I've got the bottom that goes with the top, these loose wide leg pants. Oh my god, they are so ridiculously comfortable and cute. I think originally when I got these I thought it would be for lounging around stuff, but now that I've seen them on, I kind of just want to wear them outside all the time. So I don't know, it's the country, maybe I will. And my white cotton pants, which I'm obsessed with right now. I'm obsessed with this right now. This is my favorite thing. My favorite thing of all at the moment. You know, I just like a look that is really simple. This is almost monochromatic, but I kind of like that there's a little bit of a clash. I don't know, I think cream and white look pretty cool together. Yeah, I've styled some of these outfits with different shoes just because I want to be able to use the footage that I get for maybe some Instagram stuff. But just know that I'll only be wearing these things with the two shoes, the two pairs of shoes that I've already shown you. Let's prove to you that we can get all of this into my tiny lip pliage. I am wearing the cream turtleneck, the white pants, and the big puffy jacket in the car. Oh, and the Blundstones. And as you can see, still plenty of space in here for toiletries and probably things like my journal and a book. Obviously I won't be zipping it up, but that's okay. I just need to be able to get it to the car. That's it.